rhomboid table, not round, no square, no triangle. We come to hang and chat with the gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice to the rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs a strange, often insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's automatic in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Quite incomprehensible, blue wrenching, and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to another Outsider Insider Live. All you fellow knights of the rhomboid table gathered round, those that will be watching later on replay, those that hang in the background but don't want to sit at the rhomboid table itself. Welcome all of you. I hope your week has been a very good one and definitely not as silly as mine has been, although some of the good silly you should have. And I'll talk about that. But first, let's go here and see which knights have joined us so far. So up at the top, we have Sir Gus of Hadley, the lunatic from Arno. We have Sir Dirk of Chesty Trains, Sir Colin of Wyke, Sir Digger Evans. We have Sir James of Dundas Junction. We have Sir Brian of Finnerton Central. We have Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot, who is the head of the Knights Royal Air Force, which consists of one balsa wood rubber band propeller plane, but he's in charge of it. Let's see, Sir Andy81E just popped in. We have Sir Ifo Fanzon. We have Sir Jonathan Panicki. We have K Guns, and you'll have to forgive me. I keep forgetting what the K stands for. I know you're Eric's wife and Billy's mom, or Ma, or Mutter, or however you want to go with it. Sir Kevin of Collins, welcome in. Sir Dave of Kiwiland is here. Sir Lyndon of Lintree Town. Sir Andy of March West Junction. Sir Mick the Royal Barkeep was in and announced that the bar was open. We have Sir Randall of Ellison. And I still have to talk to you about this thing right here. Sir Tim of Dowd, the CEO of the Knights. Sir Clive of Newland and Sir Greg from Midsummer Railway just popped in. Welcome in, welcome in. Sir Tom Couples, who, if all Knights, I never want to offend, but you guys know that we had a Knights, Joseph Agliato, who was the Sergeant of Arms of the Knights of the Round Boy Table. And he moved to China and can no longer be a part of the show. And I have left the slot open for a while, but because I'm scared if I chose someone, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this and take the risk. But I'm going to make Sir Tom of Couples our new Sergeant at Arms of the Knights of the Round Boy Table. He's been here for so long and always one of the huge supporters. And I think he'll do the job well. So congratulations on your promotion or demotion, however you want to look at it, Sir Tom. But if you are willing to take that honor up, you are now the Sergeant at Arms of the Knights. Now, we have absolutely no job description for that. It's just a title. And it doesn't even increase your pay. But it doesn't increase your workload either. So Sir Chris from the Valleys is here. So I think that is everybody on my list. I think we're all good now. It isn't a paying position. No, it's not a paying position. So, bad luck. You lost power today for 6 hours because a snow plow hit. Gotcha. Yep, that happens now and then. Yeah, we don't have plows in our neighborhood, but we could still lose power because the idiots that like to go 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour around an icy curve on a hill just love to think that somehow their all-wheel drive will somehow handle it, and they go plowing right into the power line pole and the cable line pole. Some of you have been here when we've lost our cable. You know, it has nothing to do with my internet. They took the whole neighborhoods out, you know. So anyhow, we're going to say hello to Sir Raymond of Legs. And is there anybody? Sir Leslie is here. Yeah, I did see you earlier. Is Kara. Okay. And I will say Kara unless she says Kara. But I will say Kara. All right. So thank you for that, Andy. I had heard it before and I've seen it before, but right now, names, which was always my strong suit as in my profession, is I was very good at getting names and remembering names. And now in the last year or two, it's becoming my bugaboo. I can't remember names. You know, I used to have 125 student names memorized within 2-3 days, face to names, and now I'm lucky if I remember my wife's name. It's Lil, damn it. No, it's Joyce. But then again, I make her play so many people that it's hard to keep track who the original one is. Hey, Sir Mav, welcome in. Exactly. Sorry, who are you again? Okay, it is Kara. It is Kara. See? I always go with the German pronunciation first. The A is A, so it is Kara. Okay. Because my daughter, her best friend that now lives somewhere out west, is Kara, K-A-R-A. She is Kara. So it is Kara. So, and that's what I'm used to doing. Not phonetically spelling, but spelling it based on phrases people have. So thank you for that. Okay, so let me just quickly discuss sort of the negative 800-pound gorilla in the room. Some of you may have noticed I put up a post. I was in a bad mood. Some other things had happened. And I had posted a video, and I was in a very positive vibe. Because for the first time in years, I'm actually doing some track work. And I don't know if there's a camera that could best show what I'm talking about. And I've got trains parked on it. But maybe I'll go to this one show. Let's see, where is that? Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. So in my video called Domino Theory, two things. Domino Theory did not mean negative, like I did something and that led to other problems. No, it meant that because I have now done that, I now have to do other things because I have been sitting on so many little projects until I could decide how I wanted to set that up where the double slips are. Because I knew, even though everything worked 99.9% mechanically well, I didn't have derailing problems. I never said I had derailing problems. I said that having your turnouts like that and having trains go through so many of them in a short space can lead to derailments. And yes, I have occasionally had derailments, but it's usually not been the mechanical side. It's a lightweight car that's getting pulled zigzag through, whatever, but it was very rare. Anyhow, so in the Domino Theory video, I came to this area right here, and I don't know, will it be better if I go to this camera? Yeah, and I came here, and in the video I said, I can't put the double slips here. Now, I went back to the video about 5 times after I had this issue. And yes, I did follow that phrase up with, because I don't want to change this alignment of track. I did say this. I can't put it here because I don't want to change this track alignment. And 2 knuckleheads, who are banned from my channel now, apparently missed the because part. They missed the subordinate clause. They only heard the main clause and ignored the subordinate clause. So they start saying, what do you mean you can't do it? If you move this here, do this here, get this, and if you got your track in proper alignment, and you'll have to change this curve here and do that, but you can easily put them there. And I'm like, no, I don't want to put them there. That's why I'm putting them over there. Well, you're still going to have to move and realign everything and change all your curves. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And then when I refuse to see the problem that's not there, they started just getting belligerent. It wasn't even a rule 1, it's my layout, I'll do what I want. It was these, sometimes you get these overzealous helpers, and then when you tell them you don't need their help, they get mad at you. And I bet the 4 guys knew each other, but 2 more guys joined in, and they don't even know what the conversation is, other than the 2 guys are typing back, well, this guy says he can't put stuff here because he's so stupid, blah, 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 and all he has to do is change this. Like, no, I don't want to change that. That's why I said I was explaining a thought process, and I guess that's dangerous to people who don't think. Explaining an actual thought process. I was talking about why originally I wanted to put my next row of double slips right up here. I wanted to put them right up here and just basically have a V, just have a V. But when I realized I can now build my Weser River, which was in the original plans of this layout, was to have the Weser River right here. I decided I don't want to put those double slips there. I didn't know if it would even look good aesthetically, which is what all these changes are. They're aesthetic changes. They're not mechanical. They're not functionality changes. They're aesthetic. But it brought back the possibility of putting in the Weser River here, a river scene, because I have a very static, flat layout, which I'm happy with. That's not a complaint. It's the area I'm recreating is rather flat. It's as flat as olive oil laying on her back. Okay? Now, hey, Sir Carl, welcome in. But anyhow, so I said I couldn't put it here, and then I was explaining why I'm going to put it down here, which I'm perfectly happy with. It fulfills a lot of needs. And they just didn't understand. Like, well, if you push your curves up here, you're going to have to change all your curves here. And if you're going to change all your curves, you'll want to get them all parallel. And if you just follow the Märklin geometry and their algorithms, you'd be blah, blah. I was like, no. I'm happy. I don't mind that my curves are not parallel. I don't need my curves to be parallel. And then they got into the, well, you're being stupid and you're an idiot. And that's why you have all the problems you have on your layout. And I'm like, what problems do I have on my layout? Now, I'm probably jinxing myself, and every train's going to run wrong today. But, you know, I think most of you that have been here know that the vast majority, vast majority, I run my trains for 3 hours without one hiccup. Now, yes, last week started off with a couple of hiccups. This week, I've been sorting out hiccups just because I set trains in and then I bumped something or the cat got on the table and I didn't notice that they knocked something off, partway off. But yeah, I've been making sure everything should run. Okay. And if I do have a problem, I usually get sorted and things run smooth for the rest of the, you know, even after a shaky 20 minutes at the start, we tend to run 2.5 hours. Sorry, I am ignoring the chat. So that was the thing. And they just kept going. And I'm ignoring the insults. I'm ignoring comments. Like, you know, okay, just ignore it. Don't let it bother you. But I'm sorry, it's who I am. There comes a time when people are being stupid and intentionally stupid, in my opinion, or just, you know, they can't admit, oh, I made a mistake here. I see what you're saying. Because once that came in, they just wanted, then it became a Rule 1 issue. But originally it was kind of a Rule 2 issue. You know, don't tell people what to do unless they ask you. And they were like, well, you said you had a problem and you need it fixed. And I said, where in that video did I say I have a problem that needs fixed? Because the big thing is, if I could come back here, the big thing is, for the first time in 4 years, I'm actually working on my layout other than the Fowler car. I'm working on the layout, and I'm very excited about this because these double slips opened up so many new possibilities. And trying to explain to people that even 7 years ago, I didn't know what the hell a double slip was. I got some track. I got a model train. I got the track that goes with the model train and a controller that goes with them. Like, okay, I need 3 things. I need curves, I need straights, and I need things that can get me between straights. Turnouts, in other words. So I bought the basics, and everything worked. And then I started learning more and more about all the different pieces, but I still never thought. That's why when some friends, including Jean Ricard, first started suggesting putting some double slips in there a year or 2 years ago, I was like, I don't need them. I don't need them. And I don't need them, but now that they're there, it solved an aesthetic problem that prevented me from really going any further with working on the Bremen side, putting the ballast in, putting some static grass and everything in there. It really changed the dynamic. And so for the first time in a while, I have a very positive juice of I know what I'm going to do. Where is Dino? Yeah. So, you know, I'm very excited about this. I've already done the math. I know what's going to fit, how it's going to fit, what I have to move, and I'm not going to have to change my curves. I'm not trying to change my curves. You know, and there are friends, people I consider friends, that call me or text message me and say, well, did you think about this? And then maybe you don't have to do that. I said, well, yeah, actually, I did think about that. But I think I'm going to be happier with what I've done. And I'm satisfied with it that I put in one of the biggest orders I put into Lipa in a long time, other than on a pre-order. But even then, it's bigger than most pre-orders I've ever done. I have bought all the double slips, all the motors, and all the decoders to not only do this next step, and the double slips already come with motors, but it's going to, I bought enough that I'm going to be able to, let's go to the long view again. I'm sorry, I'm babbling so much about something. You just want to see trains run, right? But not only am I going to be able to make that all completely digital when I install it, but also these 3-way slips here, which are right now manual, they're going digital. And then the new bypass I put in up here will be digital. So I have bought, whoops. Oh, forgot to move that Cayenne, set that there. So I have a very positive vibe. And Randall, it's not even about whether they liked what I was doing or not, the biggest issue and the fight and the annoyance was they kept trying to solve a problem that they said I had and wanted help on. Well, you're the one who said you needed help with this. And I'm like, I never said in the video I needed help. Anybody who knows me knows I don't ask for help. I will figure it out myself. And when people say, may I make a suggestion? I'll say, only if you're prepared to have it rejected. It doesn't mean sometimes, like with the double slips, the suggestion winds up being a positive. But when you make a suggestion, I will consider it and then weigh it against what I was thinking of doing. And I might say, you're right. But I might say, no, I think that's a bad idea. And if you can't handle me saying no to your idea. But these people they misunderstood something so easy in the video. And then they start saying, well, you're the one who said you couldn't do this and you needed help and blah, blah, blah. You're just being a dumbass. And no wonder your track has all these problems. And I'm like, what problems do I have? My layout, knock on wood, about ready to do a live stream, has that. But anyhow, yeah, and that was the other thing I did, positive. This has been something that somebody suggested a couple of years ago, and I kind of poo-pooed, but it's been in the back of the brain, which is that all my trains run the same, whether they run left to right or right to left, it's always the same side facing in. And some people have said, over time, it actually creates uneven wear on the wheels. You really need to be able to do that. Well, all my other locos, that's not an issue because I change lanes with them and turn them around. So sometimes they are running one side in and other times they're running the other side facing in. So that hasn't been as big an issue. It's easy to turn one loco around, but these high-speed trains, it was, I've read up on it, and yeah, it can be a problem that if you keep running them. Miniature Wonderland talks about that they have to take their trains and they have off-camera turning loops so that they can turn the trains around and run them the other way because they run them so much. And yeah, you can have uneven wear. Bonsoir, Titi Ari. Ça va? So yeah, I mean, and I can handle the people that the people who come in and say, well, your layout sucks. Okay, yeah, it's my layout, no problem. It's the people that want to argue with you in basically a straw man argument. Well, you said this. No, I didn't say this. And we're just trying to help. Well, the path to you know that phrase, a certain path is paved with good intentions. So anyhow, I haven't lost my positive vibe. I did in some anger say, and again, I wasn't threatening to leave YouTube. A couple of people thought that's what I was saying. No, I'm not going to leave YouTube. Nobody's going to drive me off YouTube. This is my happy home and you are my happy people. You are the people that, outside of Joyce, make my days happy days. I'm never going to walk away from this. But I did say it makes me question putting up any more track work videos. It does make me question it. If I'm going to get stupid people like this every video, then I just won't do it. I'll just build it, and then I might put up a video or in my live stream say, hey guys, look at the change I made. Because then you don't have to deal with the stupidity. So it wasn't like I wasn't going to show anything or quit YouTube. It was just, I always get negative mail. And, about, well, you just got to ignore it. Some things you can't ignore. It's like, if you go to any museum and look at ancient Egyptian stone sarcophagus, these are big granite things, right? Very thick stone rock. And they will have holes in them. It looks like somebody took their drill and just went zzz, zzz, zzz. And like my students would say, Mr. Dodge, what is, did somebody drill holes in that? Nope. What caused that holes? Water. Water? Yeah. A drop of water, one at a time, over centuries, just drills through the rock. What do you think the Grand Canyon is? But a single solitary drop of water does nothing but a bunch of drops of water. So, same idea as straw that broke the camel's back. There are some things that do get under my skin. And even if I can grin and bear it, there's a time where I just feel the need to fire back. But it was annoying. It really was annoying. So there, you heard everything. Yeah, aggressive helpers. And again, and usually, like many of you in this chat, but, you know, I know you people. I know you. But when it's random strangers who it's the first time they're ever commenting on one of my videos and they start talking about the problems I have with all my trains running badly, I'm like, what drugs are you smoking? Where have you been? Hey, there's Sir Dino. Welcome in. Yeah, I probably should just pack it all in and quit and just go live in a cave somewhere. But yeah, so yeah, I was a little fired up. But, you know, I don't mind a good verbal fight. But there is a point where, oh my God, they were just being so obnoxious. And then when they got personal, and I just said, delete. And then they came back and I said, delete. And then they came back again and I said, ban. So I've been very proud. I've only banned one person from my channel in all these years. Now it's up to 3. You got to do what you got to do. But my goal is that maybe I could get them to see, no, you misunderstood. I even tried to put the blame on me. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't explain it clearly, even though I did. So let me try to explain it again. And they just would not give it up. And then, like I said, they brought a couple of friends in. There was like 4 guys. It was just like, oh, you just want to reach to the screen, grab them by the neck and go. So it wasn't even Rail 1 or Rule 1 related, you know. It's your layout. You can do what you want. All right, enough of that. But the positives are I've got a very good vibe. I got stuff coming in. I just did this turnaround, so I'm very happy about that. So for the first time ever, I have not had to take apart my Railjet to get it to run the other way. And I've only done that maybe twice. Maybe twice I've taken my Railjet apart. But now with the loop, it and my Czech Railjet are running different directions than they run. So let's get to the trains, and I'll shut up and stop talking about the negativity because, like I said, I'm in a good place with my layout right now. I am. There are definitely some things. Even the thing that went wrong last week with my BR449 that suddenly seemed to be acting up. I found out what happened. The screw came loose in the that holds the shoe, the third rail shoe, the third rail pickup, the ski as I call it. So the thing was playing around. So every time it went through a curve or hit a turnout, the ski was hitting it at an odd angle or bouncing and creating temporary shortouts and shorting the train out. But it is fine. I just don't know if the screw is going to stay in. I'll have to double check it, but that's what the fix required. So anyhow, what am I running today? Originally I was going for color, but to be honest, this at least 3 of these were, if not the idea of a friend, they were confirmed by a friend. I was thinking about, well, why don't you do this? Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that. But anyhow, I'm going to start with the high speed. So here is Checo El Roljetto. He is here ready to go. And he's been the one that's been a little bit silly. I think he's so used to running the other way that running this way. And I used him to be the star of my turnaround. No, I used the regular Railjet. That's right. Maybe he's upset that I didn't use him as the star. But we'll get him going. And then we shall get the Austrian Railjet going. So for many of you, this will be the first time you're seeing the Austrian Railjet run Loco first in that direction. And just to complete the high-speed triumvirate and give us a third country, I'm going to run my little ICE4, the climate version. Let's get him up to speed here because I'm going to need him to get up to speed. And then I'll actually pay attention to this. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. I'm just ultra sensitive to sounds right now. And Joyce is upstairs baking cookies for Valentine's Day. Because that's what I said. I said, honey, I want cookies for Valentine's Day. And she said, yes, dear. And if you believe that, you don't know Joyce. Okay, so let's get the Class 18. And this is just a random group of cars that I talked to a friend and said, can I put these together as sort of a heritage run? And they said yes, but they didn't know I was going to put the little beer can, the beer brake van at the end. How can you have that luxury train or that old high-speed express train and then throw that silly beer? Because it's my layout and I'll do what I want. The first class people really want some good beer, but I gave them Lowenbrau instead. Oh! Oh, was that wrong? That was so wrong. Or is it Hofbräu? This might be Hofbräu, so I was... Yeah, it's Hofbräu. Yep, it's Hofbräu. So, and then, so I decided to run a couple of steamers because I haven't run steamers in a couple of weeks other than the Flying Scotsman. So I've got the Class 24 here. So let's go Class 24. Ugh. It's pulling a freight of 2 special collector set of beer wagons, which it's having a hard time getting up to speed with. I'll have to give it a little nudge to help it get going. Once it gets... Or is that why? Is it... No, I don't think that tender's derailed. But... we'll see when he comes around. Because I am asking him to pull a little bit more weight than he's used to in the few times I've used him. He definitely is... Hey, man! This is not what I'm used to pulling. But I think he'll get caught up to speed with it. But running a beer train. And then way in the back... we're running, I hate to say as a request because I don't like to necessarily do requests, but we are running the little Schienenbus because I didn't know what I wanted to run back there and it was suggested and I said, oh, all right. And there is somebody on this channel, not here in the chat right now because they are working, that is in love with my little Schienenbus. And so what the hell? Yes, yes. All you got to do is give us your name and address, and we'll send you a fresh-baked cookie. We can't guarantee it'll still be hot when you get it. And with the parcel systems today, I can't even guarantee it'll be in one piece and not an envelope full of crumbs. I could see somebody doing the unboxing. And yes, I know the stuff on the floor. I'll get to it in a second, but I have a joke now. The unboxing where they take it out and they unwrap all the bubble wrap. And there's the cookie just for them, still whole because... But, okay. So anyhow, let's go down to the floor for my UK 00 friends, although you may be disappointed in what I'm running on the floor today. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. Floor view. Floor view. Where are you, floor view? There you are, floor cam. We are running. And I bumped this box again. I've got it too close to my feet. But we are running. The Beatles Eurostar, Yellow Submarine Eurostar. We all live in a yellow submarine. Everybody sing. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. The Eurostar, 30th anniversary of Yellow Submarine. And then, just to complete the Beatles double today, I'm running my Singles From Liverpool. So there you go. Now I can actually... Yeah, I hope they don't touch what. Hello, Eric, Sir Eric and Sir Willy from Bandan Eisenbahn. And I'm sort of living up to your name. If not now, when? If not now, when? For the first time in years, the mojo to actually get this stuff, once I put those double slips in, the floodgates open. It's like, okay, now the aesthetic problem I have is gone. Not only did it solve an aesthetic problem that was, uh-oh, we have an issue with the Yellow Submarine, darn it. And I was worried about that, so, I worried that it would uncouple because for some reason this one's got a very bad coupler on it. So maybe I just need to take that one out. So sorry about that. Let's go watch trains that actually don't want to be a problem. And I'll just take those 2 cars off and call it good. Let's just go to the all view. And then if you look, squint your eyes real closely, you'll see me working on this one. Hey, what's the problem here? Always an uncoupling. Always an uncoupling. practiced you, and you were running fine, so I thought I could get away with it. But no! No! You want to be difficult. The problem because I can't connect you any other way. Well, hello, hi, welcome in. And Sir Pete and Sir Hi, welcome in, both of you. Okay, so yeah, I've got, for some reason, one of the, well, I don't know if I can show it. I'll try. And I know there's probably a little fix. I could put some blue tack or something on it, but with my luck it would fall off. But let me go to the big screen, but you've already seen me close up enough today. They have this silly little, you know, there's the female end, if we can still say that. And then the male end. And this female end just bounces off, even when the track is as level and flat as that track is. This, for some reason, and I tried to see if maybe it's just bent or whatever, or whether it's the coupler on the car that I usually attach it to, but it just bounces off. I mean, if you breathe too hard, it's like vibration, I'm out. So yeah, I'll just set it on the floor over here. Just, Hornby, pick a coupler and stick with it. I've got 4 different types of couplers on 6 Hornby trains. Come on, just pick a coupler and stick with it. Modernize, and then stick with it. Okay, let's go to all the trains again. So maybe now I can actually pay attention to chat. Hey, did I see Sir Christopher is here from Christopher's Hobby Vlog. It is, EFO, in my opinion, and other companies have kind of done it too, the little pinion, the pinion system, the hook and pinion, which to me is an even worse design than the pressure hooks. You know, what people call the D-rings and that. Dun, 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 dun. Not good vibrations. Do, 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 do. Bad vibration. La, 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 la. Speaking of singing, we posted a new song earlier this week. If you haven't checked out our version of The Train, please check it out, leave a comment. Hopefully you'll like it too, but leave a comment. We look forward to reading the comments more than we look forward to the views. We do like the likes. We do like the views. But because I'm scared I jinxed it. I'm scared I jinxed it because from the minute Joyce did the first all the way through take, I thought she sounded really good on this. And I'm very excited. And once I did the editing and I did 2 versions, one for my channel, one for hers, which her version went up earlier today. So if you haven't gone to Joyce's channel to check out her take on it, Be Kind and Rewind. No, wrong phrase. But check that out. But yeah, Joyce, it's already, if you take what many people say are some of our best songs, like Losing My Train Mojo, Digital Killed the Analog Guy, and I Still Haven't Found Trains I'm Looking For, those are the 3 that get the most consistently positive comments, and like, this is your best, this is my favorite, those sort of comments. Like Steve Childers, this is my favorite, and then a year and a half later, we put another one of those up, this is my new favorite, and then I really thought this goes up there. I can't, with the train, I love it as much as I love any of our songs. I mean, I tend to like them all fairly equally, but there are definitely some that I like better, and this is one of my favorites. This is easily in my top 5, and probably fighting for top number 1. I really just love how Joyce sounded doing it. I loved our editing version of it. I just, so hopefully you guys would watch it and check it out. Does have a curse word in it, but so did the original song. And let me post a link to Joyce's channel. Come on, work. So copy. Bing. So there's a link to Joyce's channel, and it would be the latest video on there. And the thing is, for Joyce's channel, one of the things she now has said about posting stuff on her channel, she doesn't want it to be a repeat of what's on my channel. So we do alternate audio mixes, and the video stays the same, but we do alternate audio, and then we try to do outtakes and behind the scenes stuff to make it worth watching again. Hello, Sir Andy, and hello, Sir Daz, if I did not say hello to you yet. Mallard cohabitating with class 20s. Shock. Pop goes to Weasel because the Weasel goes Pop. All right, so let's get to some bigger views. But yeah, it's been very, it's, to kind of go back to what I was saying earlier, definitely a very positive vibe right now for me and my layout. And, you know, I have to be in a very, very specific headspace to want to work on my layout. Because, number one, I'm happy with it. Like, I could declare it done now, and there would always be a nagging bit that would have said, you could do more, you could do more. But my problem is, once I got the trains running, that's what I wanted. That's what's like, trains running. And I don't need to have all the scenics, but I kind of want to. And I want the Fowler car system in, and I want the Vesa River in. So right now is probably the most positive vibe I've been in since I finished the outer loop of this redesign. And, you know, I know the tracks are not properly spaced here. I did that on purpose. I knew what I was doing. I designed it that way because I wanted to get as many runs as I can. And, Let's see, what camera will show it best? Will the joist view? No. Bridge view? Yeah. Will my hand show up in here? Nope. But you see where those two lanes come in together like this, where those two lanes curve, one coming this way, lane 3 this way, lane 1 the other way. Those are spaced so tightly. I took my longest locomotives and my longest passenger cars, the true 187 scale Railjets, as well as my true 187 IC cars that I had from Piko at one time. And those were true 187 scale passenger cars. And I ran them so that at the narrowest part where the butt end or the front end of each passenger car comes out the most, that there is 4 millimeters between them. 4 millimeters between them. And that was like, that's as close as I could get it using the Märklin matrix, the Märklin algorithm and piece design. And that I could fit, and so I could have 5 running lanes. Because originally I had 4 running lanes. I only had 2 going around before I built the Delmenhorst station. I had 2 lanes going around the full length and then 2 lanes doing a short loop. And then I added a short loop on the Delmenhorst side, which I got rid of and expanded into the all the way around 3rd loop. So, hey, hello, Mara King. Welcome, welcome, fellow knight of the rhomboid table. Brian, that's the greatest question. When you're doing 3-rail, you don't have to change polarity because the power is through the center rail. So the power in alternating current can turn back on itself. In DC current where it's split, you can't have the positive or the negative coming back onto the other side. But you can have the same coming through. So where you guys, the left is hot and the right is neutral, or vice versa, and then when you go through, all of a sudden you've got hot into neutral and neutral into hot. You can't do that. But in 3-rail, with those single rail through the middle, you have the hot coming into the hot. So it's not an issue. It is easy. This is one of the advantages of 3-rail. You don't have to worry about reverse loops and polarity issues. Hey, Sir Tom. I'm addicted to the close couplers by Märklin. I'm biased, I know. And like the Roco universal couplers or the Märklin Relics couplers. And so I'm happy with those. I don't need ultra realistic couplers. And in many cases, I couldn't go. I do like a lot of these magnetic couplers that I've been seeing coming mostly out of the UK. But most of my trains, I couldn't put them on because they have very special, like all my ICs and that. But I could see myself getting a set of magnetic couplers and trying them like on my IC1. Or, but also, like any of my cars that are lit, I can't use those magnetic couplings. Because in Märklin, the couplers are current conducting couplers. They have little brass or copper. I'm sorry, copper. Is it copper or brass? I forget which one. Connections. So when you put the couplers together, the electrical flows through them. Yeah, tried and true. I agree, Raymond. And the only improvement over them, I think, is the NEM socket. I think that's the big thing. Having the NEM socket just makes everything happier. You know, that now things are kind of streamlined. Because if you get something like this, where the coupler goes bad, let's go to the big camera again. Boom. If you get this type of coupler where the coupler goes bad, you have to replace this whole bogie because it's all one piece. So let's at least give credit to that wonderful innovation, the NEM socket. So if the coupler goes bad, it's easy to replace, and you can put the type of couplers you like on any wagon. And that's the one thing that really bothers me, because I do have a couple of American stock, freight cars. They're Beetle ones. But I've also got the autism one from Mom and Son, Tammy and Ray. I've got their autism car, which I'd love to put on one of my freight trains and run often, but their coupling system doesn't adapt to my coupling system. I'd have to get all new bogies and try to figure that out, which can be done. I just never think to look for it when I'm somewhere. Raymond's now, open up your fruit cage, and I will be your honeybee. Yeah, but some people took a while to get their technology caught up with that, Ray. Yeah, I could build a conversion car with NEM. You're absolutely right. That's one of the ideas. And that's the problem, EFO. You need to come with me and remember these things, because when I do go to the rare train show or I'm online ordering stuff, I don't think of this stuff. Like, oh, this would be a good time to also pick up one of those adapter couplers, where I could just stick it at the end of one car and then connect it. I don't think of this. See, you think of it when I mention it. I don't think of it. 10 minutes from now, I will have forgotten it. You could do it right now. Yes, I could, but I don't. I just spent a lot of money on decoders. I don't think I can put in another order for it. Oh, they're $5 on eBay. I know. And hello, Sir Chase. Welcome in, welcome in. Great to have you here. But again, Rova is an older company, and I know when NEM came out, they were still kind of producing or under production from somebody else. Wear a t-shirt with a flow chart. Oh, I don't want to even go there. And oh my God, I'm sitting here talking and watching my trains go around while you guys are staring at me. Oh, my apologies to you all. That's not what you signed up for. You'll look up the number that's on mine. All right, I appreciate that, EFO, and I do have pen and paper so I can jot it down. But my next train show is in three weeks or 4 weeks. It's March, whatever, 9th, 10th, whatever that Saturday and whatever that Sunday is, because it's only on Sunday. I'll be doing the Toledo train show. Let me check. I'll just pop up the calendar here and see. Yeah, it's Sunday, March 9th. So here, let me ask you all a stupid question. I have live streamed from the Toledo train show the last 3 years, I think. Have I done it 4 times or 3 times? Would anybody want to... Do you guys like when I stream for there, or do you find it too eclectic and would rather see a 10-minute highlights video? I mean, I might stream anyhow, but Kevin Collins, YouTube tab. Kevin Collins, I keep reading and looking for what you said, but you're talking about yourself. Because Joyce has already issued the order, and I will use the word order. Joyce has issued the order that we are not live streaming from Miniature Wonderland this year. She felt I ignored her and Jean Ricard way too much. So I will not live stream from Miniature Wonderland this year. I did live stream in 2023. So I do enjoy, and several people will testify that I have bought stuff for you. The problem is, if you say it was back one table, by the time you get to me and I see the comment, I don't know where back one table was. Wait, Anthony, go back. Was that? And of course, sometimes you get 10 people. Wait, Anthony, go back and show that. Go back and show that. Go. So you just, it's sort of, it's a lucky grab bag that if there's a $10 or $20 ad, or like some people had me buy something, like Nissy J had me buy something, and then I mailed it to her and she paid me back. I'm willing to do that too. I just can't do a lot. Hello, Monsville. Welcome in, Lord Monsville. 363 does not fit a 362 shaft. See, I don't even know 362 versus 363. To me, they're all the same, and I've been able to get all my adaptation to fit. I was half tempted with my Railjet to add my Roco adapter. God, I have not shown these sides. Is there anybody over there? No, he's leaving. Quick, catch him. Dumber slow view. There he is. Let's watch that Railjet coming through and coming around. All right, there's the Czech Railjet. You've got your view there, and it's got completely black. And the Austrian Railjet just went through the other way. Oh, yeah, I need to fix that. Not fix. I'll have to adjust that. But yeah, I've got a Roco adapter for the pin plugs on their Railjets for cars that aren't locomotives that weren't made to go with their Railjets. Mine are all 362. That's what I actually thought, because 362 is the one I always see, and so 363 is the one I have no idea what the difference is. Hey, Chase, I will happily answer that question for you. Some people are going to hear it for the... God, I keep going back to this camera for some reason. I don't know why. Let's do bridge view for a couple of minutes. Let me get some track out, and I shall show you. Oh my God, I just keep putting my face on screen. Let me do this. This should work. Let me know if you will be able to see, where is it? Host wide. Hopefully this is big enough so the rest of you can still watch trains, so you're not getting something re-explained for the 10th time. All right, now I've got to correct you on one thing, Chase. USHO is two rail, DC. Yeah, it's DC, and thank you. You actually used the word DC, or two rail. Okay, so anyhow, Lionel, which is US, O gauge is three rail, and it works the same way. So first of all, you have a piece of track. This is Märklin track. Okay, so you got two rails, but if you look through the middle, I don't know what's the best way to highlight it. You can see there's a bunch of what I call nubs there. That's your third rail. And you go, wait, how's that connected? It's underneath. There's a little track here with a metal rod. And so yes, it's easier to go two rail and stay two rail. You can run all countries because Märklin, through their Tricks brand, makes all their stuff in two rail versions. So why would somebody do three rail? Because it makes certain things easier, such as earlier we were talking about my reverse loop. In three rail, a reverse loop is nothing. You don't have to worry about anything. Also, an electrician will tell you that at the level of electricity, the electrical current we're flowing here, AC is a more efficient. It's more efficient. It has less resistance. It has so like my entire layout here is powered by 2 power wires. Where if this were a 2-rail system, I'd have to have drop wires every 12 to 24 inches just to make sure it had consistent power. But I'm running 6 trains with 2 power connections. But anyhow, so, and Märklin makes 2 types of track. This stuff is called C-track because it's pre-bedded. It's pre-ballasted. Okay? And the biggest negative of this is to most Americans, it doesn't look realistic. But in Germany, there's plenty of ballast that is close to this color. So it's not horrible. But even for most German layouts, and most Germans will put a layer of white. When they put this in, they'll put something on, but the vast majority of Märklin people love C-track. Others love M-track, which was the metal version of this for many years. But anyhow, so the nice thing about this is your power goes through that center rail, and then every Märklin or Märklin compatible train has a pickup. A lot of us call it a ski, but technically it's called a Schleifer, which is German for slider. And a lot of English speakers call it a shoe. I think it looks more like a ski than a shoe. I think my term's better. So I call it the ski. And that picks up your power. And it's just a more efficient system. It's for powering your system. For a lot of things, it's more efficient. Now, with the advent of DCC, digital command control, it's still a more efficient system, but a lot of the problems 2-rail used to have been eliminated compared to 3-rail. But 3-rail is still better, it's just more expensive. And it's harder. Like, I can't get there are some companies, and Märklin does release American stock, but only 1 or 2 things each year. And if it's not your era, you're out of luck. Yeah, I don't have any on hand. I don't have any on hand. But since if you're ever going to get into Märklin, you're probably going to do C-track. But again, that's what it is. But the coolest thing about C-track to me and why I love it is I don't have to do drop wires and bus wires for powering turnouts. Here's a turnout. Here's a turnout. It's designed that the turnout fits right here. The motor for it fits right here under it. You wire it. I don't have the wires in because I've got to get the decoder. But all the wires plug in right here on the track. They plug in right there. Nothing has to be drilled down, and it gets its power from the track. It also runs at a higher voltage. 3-rail runs at about 19 volts, where your DC stuff runs at, what is it, 13 or 14? Maybe up to 16. Hey, Sir Curly. Hey, Sir Rabel Bell. Welcome in. I know you're not here for good reasons. Well, you know what I mean. Normally you'd be bowling. And I understand. Because if I had a softball league at this time, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be here. If there's one thing that would come over trains, it'd be playing baseball or softball. I miss it. I've been retired for years, and I miss it. I miss bowling, but not as much as I miss. I destroyed my shoulder. Yikes! We crashed. Now we're back. Our internet. Sorry about that, people. My internet bounced. I don't know where I left off. Oh, I thought you said earlier that you were taking this week off. Maybe you meant last week. Yeah, right when there's a juicy story. So anyhow, when you click it together, you have great contact. You're not relying on fish plates. You just got to remember how to take it apart correctly. But if you can see in here, there's metal connections. And then when you gap it together, there's still, I don't know if you can see that, there are expansion gaps, but you always have permanent metal contact here. You're not relying on fish plates that can slide. So there's a lot of positives on this. The negative is it is a more expensive system. The other negative is what you pointed out, Chase, that it's much easier to work in two-rail. It's much easier to work in two-rail, especially if you want to run multinational, because that's the biggest thing for me is since I started doing UK trains and would like to add a couple of American trades, unless Märklin makes one in AC 3-rail, I've got no hopes. Now, the company MTH used to make Märklin-compatible versions of their locomotives. So every now and then I try to find an MTH 3-rail that I could run here, and the price is just so prohibitive because they're rare. They're double or triple what they were when you could buy them because they don't go cheap. But they were, from my friends in Germany, the MTH 3-rail stuff was actually very acceptable quality. If you can understand Germans and their attitude towards American beer and American cars, they had that same attitude towards American trains. But MTH was very good, especially for American. Yeah, Märklin makes track crossings. It makes it all. Track crossings, lights, catenaries, it makes it all. Everything they do is in-house. Or if you say this is something that's for Märklin, but it's by another company, it's because Märklin owns that company. Like, there's a lot of model cars that Märklin will release, 187 scale cars in some of their things, and they're often made by Schuco. That's because Märklin owns Schuco. Märklin also owns LGB trains for those who do G scale. And then they own Trix, which is Märklin HO in 2-rail as well as N scale. Well, hello, Deep Run Railroad. I'm sorry I missed you earlier, and we didn't knight you, so I'm going to knight you just in case you ever come back. I now declare you a knight of the rhomboid table. There we go. So yeah, they make everything, and occasionally they have deals with companies like Fowler to make buildings specifically related to something Märklin. So yeah, and they will work with other companies. Like a few years ago, Märklin released a special brewery model kit, this very large 3-section model kit, and that was done in conjunction with, I think it was Fowler. But it was released under the Märklin name, but it was a Fowler model kit. And it was expensive. All right, good night, Hi. Thanks for hanging out. Bye from Hi. He likes that phrase now, bye from Hi. And see, I try very hard not to say hi, because I figure it becomes a joke too often and he'd be annoyed by it. Hello, CMD Models. Where are you now? Are you in Austria or somewhere else? Because I know you went somewhere else for a little while. Yes, and Märklin makes gauge 1. Yes. So Märklin does 1 gauge, then they own LGB, which does G gauge, and then Märklin does HO, Trix does N scale, and then the 2-rail version of Märklin, Trix, does N scale, and I don't think Märklin has any connections to TT scale. I don't think they own anybody or connect to anybody for TT scale. Yes, they do. They do release car set for, yeah, they did. For the Jim Knopf, yeah. Yeah, they released, I've got one of them somewhere, but I kept it in my classroom because towards the end of my career, this with passenger car, because they also released like 6 or 7 different variations of like coal wagons or box cars. But they made 1 passenger car, which I bought, and this ran in my classroom along with an ICE2, you know, the Märklin starter set ICE2. the 29 whatever and the 78962. God, what is it? 29692? Am I screwing it up? Probably. The box is almost within view. 29792. Yeah, Roco does TT. Yes, Roco still does TT. Piko does TT. Of course, Tillig is big in TT. Yes, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. Märklin invented Z-scale. Now, depending on whose history you read, like Märklin claims they invented one scale and that they had a hand in inventing HO scale, but that claim gets debunked. But Märklin at times will say, we invented the scales for trains. But Märklin specifically invented Z-scale. They did that. But they also invented one scale, and at one time Märklin had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if they got bigger as they went up or smaller as they went down. I don't know. So was one the smallest or the biggest? Well, hello, Sir Alan of Buckland Junction. Great to have you here. And hello, Clintonville. Yeah, Trix does have a vacuum car. I would always say start with Lipa. That's where I go. So, now, usually you can do it in English. Otherwise, you just use for Reinigungswagen, which is cleaning car. But yes. Now, specifically a vacuum car, I don't know if Trix does it. I don't know if Trix has a vacuum car. Märklin has a 3-rail and 2-rail version of a cleaning car, but as far as a vacuum car, I only know Lux, and that's the most expensive one out there. There are other companies that do cheaper vacuum cleaning cars, but it's called Lux, Lux, and anybody I've ever talked to in my part of the model train world always says Lux is the best. I'm sure you'll get detractors somewhere, but you also pay the most. I think before you get any discounts, their vacuum car is about $200 American dollars. Usually you can get it through somebody marked down to $160 to $180. But yeah, it's a $200 vacuum car. Speaking of which, where is mine? Nothing there. No, nothing there. No, nothing there. No, nothing there. No, nothing there. So you must be over here somewhere. All right, you're in the... Are you in the back there? No. Is it the next one? No. All right, Anthony Dodge, where'd you put them? You're in one of these, darn it. Ah, there they are. Why are things always in the last place you look? Because once you find it, you stop looking. Okay, so here's my vacuum car. This is by Lux. And this bad boy, I paid $170 for about 7 years ago. Nope, 160. I paid about 160 American dollars. And that's because I got it on sale with a markdown from Lipa. But that is, according to the people I was getting influenced by when I first got into trains, these are the best. And I will say, I have no complaints. They do a great job vacuuming and cleaning my trash. So they have this one, then they have the outer rail cleaner, and then they do make a third rail cleaner. It has actually been suggested that on my live stream I should one day just run my cleaning cars. Yeah, miniature, that's the cool thing, Dirk. Miniature Wonderland, they they take somebody else's and rebuild it, or they design their own. And when they design their cleaning cars, they always make them funny too. Like they built a never-ending story train. So they have the dog, I forget the dog's name, Never-Ending Story, the big flying dog. Now they've turned one of their cleaning trains into the dog from Never-Ending Story. Yeah, I don't know how much Lux would be on American eBay. Like I said, they're expensive. They're sort of the what do you want to call it, Ferrari or Porsche? The Cadillac of, the Lincoln Continental of cleaning cars. Yes. I am going back to Miniature Wonderland for my 7th visit. I have been to Miniature Wonderland 6 times, and I'm going to get to see the Monaco car race. Joyce and I are very excited. We're going to see the F1 running and a couple other things. Because every now and then we go in June, and then they reveal stuff in August. when they have new things, they tend to reveal them in August. So it's like right after we're there, then it's like, okay, it's now open. But yeah, I'm very excited. Miniature Wonderland is one of the things, anytime Joyce and I go to Germany, we're stopping in Hamburg and going to Miniature Wonderland. You have the Daypole one and the Lux, and Lux is not $250 better. Well, granted, but the Lux isn't $250 to begin with. Is it $100 better? I don't know how much the Daypole one is. Like I said, I won't say easily influenced, but when I've got 50, 60, 70, 80 guys in a Märklin forum saying, when I asked, what are the best cleaning cars, and literally 99.5% said Lux, I'm like, okay, apparently it's Lux. Because trust me, I would have rather bought something half that price or a third of that price. But I was just, no, if you're going to do Märklin C-Track, get the Lux cleaning cars. F1 with the racing toilet, yes. They've got the outhouse, as we call it in America, the lavvy, the outdoor lavvy. But they're adding new ones. Plus, they're also doing the F1, what is it? Is it called FE? It's F1, but electric cars. Because they just released a video last week where they were joking about getting the sounds for the electric F1 cars. And that's true. That's true. But they could have said, well, get the middle rail. And the thing is, EFO, a lot of the guys said, yes, they've got the middle rail cleaner, but they said, really, you don't need it. Says, you know, your skis will keep the tops of those relatively clean. If you keep your shoes, the schleifer, if you keep that, you know, if you take care of your trade, they actually keep, so that the third rail was actually an unnecessary buy, was their attitude. So I don't know if that was their influence, because a lot of them said that the third rail cleaner was probably the least important. Hey, Karen, it was awesome to see you post a couple of videos. Those are the first videos you've posted in a while. That was great to see. Lux still is a washing detergent, but yes. Shiver me timbers and splice the main brace. We're bound for the Spanish Main. Big news for our trip to Germany. Okay, and I've got to point out, I got to make myself look bad, but I'll tell the fun news first. These are both stories that involve Joyce. Let's get some other train shots in here. Okay. So, the funny thing is, we've already planned and booked our trip, but now we're trying to finalize certain things we want to do in each town. And Koblenz has a Deutsche Bahn museum, and somebody mentioned that they have a bunch of 103s and E03s at the Koblenz Deutsche Bahn museum, and a few other locomotives. So I mentioned this to Joyce, and Joyce looks at me and says, "You want to go check them out?" You know, not like, "Oh, you don't want to go there, do you?" It was very positive. "You want to go check it all out?" I was like, "Yeah, why not? We've been to Koblenz many times, so it's not like we're going to miss out on something else. We've been to Koblenz many times. We're just staying in Koblenz because it's a nice center point to all the other places we want to go." So anyhow, so we're going to go to the Deutsche Bahn Museum in Koblenz. Well, welcome in, Great Northern 70. You got 2 functional Blue Goose cars, Pullman coach, and Visa Dome. Cool. That sounds very nice. I like Blue Pullmans, and I like the Blue Goose. Oh, yes, Chase, there are... Now, Märklin makes 1 or 2 American locomotives pretty much each year. Now, the big thing they've been doing lately is the GE44s, or somebody correct me on the nomenclature, but they've released 7 different liveries the last 3 years. They started with 2 Union Pacifics, then they did a Kansas City Southern, Pennsylvania Railroad. They just did, they're doing 2 BNSF variations, and I actually think there's another one they're about to announce. So 8 different variations of the ES44. Thank you. The ES44. Yeah. So that's just last year. They have F7s in many different liveries. They got F9s. They have a couple of different Amtrak variations. So yes, they do have them. You can get them in both analog and digital. A lot of times you just search eBay and you can find, you know, I could find them for $50 to $100 in analog, and then it's very easy in most cases to convert their analog motors to digital. You just take out this one part, as long as they have the AUstrian motor in it, which most of them do. You just pop it out and put this decoder in, and it gives you the basic needs. It won't do sound, but it'll do everything else. Well, hello, Sir Colin of Woodthorpe. Welcome in. Well, there you go, Raymond and Ifo. You've got more information about... so, yeah, I think Joyce and I are going to pop up there and see it. Evolution Series 44 equals 44. Okay. Well, hello, other Dirk, Sir Dirk of Southern Cross Rail System. Welcome in. Chase, Märklin made the big boy. So the 4884 or whatever its wheel alignment is, they've made the big boy. So I don't know if they've got those specific wheel sets, but they have made a lot of American stock over the years. They do cater a little bit, but then MTH really helped them out. Hello, Sir Roger. And welcome in, Sir Dirk of Flanagan. You are not knighted, so we will get you knighted. I now declare you a knight of the rhomboid table. You are now a knight of the rhomboid table. Next time you type your name in there, Dirk Flanagan, you will notice you're blue and have your royal spanner. And you can now post links to your channel or other channels, and it can be anything model train hobby related, rail fanning related, comedy related. Any other hobby, from knitting to die-cast car collecting to Legos. Anything that is not politics or religion. Did I miss something from Dino? That he's not okay? Or is it just that he's quiet today? Because I am missing a lot of chat because I'm babbling too much. No, everybody is a knight, and if somebody is a woman, we will refer to them as lady or as lord, depending on how the woman wants to be addressed. And I tend to refer to anybody that identifies as male as sir. So it's up to the person in general how they want to, but everybody's a knight. We don't have knights and ladies. You're all knights. We don't play misogyny here. Because anybody that knows Joyce wouldn't put up with that. Joyce is actually one of the most dangerous knights. Heck, she doesn't even need a sword. She's got an aluminum baseball bat she'll take care of you with. You're a king. Well, that could be. But in here, we're all equals. There are no titles. We have certain job descriptions. We have a royal barkeep, and we have a royal sergeant at arms, and we even have a Royal Air Force here, but at the Knights of the Round Table. It's just a stupid joke I started a long time ago. And as most of my great jokes, somebody else kind of referenced it, and I just ran with it. I think somebody made a joke in one of my early live streams, because I'm going to make the claim, and nobody can argue until they can prove differently. I was the first channel that made everybody moderators, which is what the blue really is. You're all moderators. Just don't abuse the power. And in fact, we've rarely had to use the powers of moderator. And somebody quipped, "Ooh, I've been knighted." And I immediately said, "Yes, you're a knight of the rhomboid table." And the joke started there. So if that person hadn't made that quip, this silly joke. But now, some of us even have t-shirts that say Knight of the Rhomboid Table. My amazing artistic daughter, which one is it? Where is it? Yeah, whoops, over here. She created a crest, a shield and crest for the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. And we even have t-shirts that have the royal symbols, the noble symbols, our heraldry, should we say. But, yeah, let's get my ugly face off here. Let's get to station view, coming through the Dumb and Horse station. And yes, for those of you who are new here, that is an actual new station. Not new. That is an actual station in Germany. It is 100% accurate in terms of width and design and the scale of everything, except the platforms that you're looking at on the left, which are platforms 2 and 3 at Dumb and Horse Station, are actually about twice the length, but I couldn't fit them in on that table. Can you have some warm t-shirt weather? I don't have that kind of power. If I had that kind of power, our driveway and surrounding area wouldn't be a sheet of ice right now. Well, I started in June of 2020. I started in 2020. But I don't know the Fish People's channel. But as far as the model train community goes and all the people that were live streaming in 2018, 2019, in fact, there are some people, and the people that do it got it from me. But of course, if I want to start modding everybody, I could actually go back to my days when I was operator, and on certain channels I made everybody operators back in the 90s. But that's a different story. I'm very egalitarian. Well, Mara, we also hit 15, but ours had an F after it, not a C. So in your nomenclature, in the Celsius, the metric nomenclature, it would have a minus number in front of it. It's all right, Roger. You've been through a lot. All right, John, thanks for hanging out with us, Sir John. Take care. Let's see how they're doing on the floor. Ah, they seem to be doing just fine. Nope, I think we still had gray skies. I think we did have a little peek of the sun yesterday or the day before. Yeah, it was yesterday because we had a snowstorm that dumped a couple of inches. We had a freezing rainstorm, then a snowstorm, and then yesterday the sun came up and it got up to about freezing, so 0 Celsius, 32. And with the sun, it actually melted a bunch of the snow and ice that fell from the first ice storm. And then last night we plummeted into very cold temperatures. So now all that melted water is frozen. So our driveway, the sidewalks, other than what I've chipped out, and all the side streets. The main roads are cleared, but they don't do the side roads. And so we are just an ice field. Hello, Flymo. Nice to have you here. Lord Al is in the house. Welcome in, Sir Alan of Wiles. Wow, good question, Efo. I don't know if I could tell. I think those terms have come up maybe once or twice before. And I think I've seen a video talking about it, but I wouldn't know exactly how much space they really would need. Yep. Pretty much everybody's on this side of the table right now, except the Railjet, which is coming around me to go this way. Right. That's what I thought they were for, but I really couldn't remember, Efo. I mean, I have watched, I think it wasn't it Alan at Dragon Junction that showed how you just, or who was it that did the video showing how to snip off the D-rings and then mount things in? Who did that? Somebody just within the last month or so, last couple of months, did a video showing cutting off the D-rings and mounting. That was indeed Alan. Okay, there you go. Because you were doing the new magnetic couplings. And the D-rings were getting in the way. Yeah, I thought that was great because, again, I toyed with the idea. Stop nagging me to put commercials in. I am not putting commercials in, YouTube. What the heck is your problem? How many times must you be told no? Hey, Andy, let's not encourage him to show his award. He just put up a video today where he was showing his best bits, but YouTube had to take it down. You can't be showing your bits on TV. Even if it's your best bits. That's the same thing if I wanted to show you my knife wounds from when I was stabbed. My channel would be declared X-rated. All those guys stand around and say, hey, I got stabbed here, I got stabbed here, I got shot here. I was like, yeah, I've been stabbed a couple of times. Where are you stabbed? Well, I got stabbed in the ass. I'm sorry, the butt, the arse. The rear end, the hiney. Oh, my hinder! I got stabbed there. Well, welcome in, S&C Railway Lines. Great to have you. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of Bachmann Easy Track, which I bought when I first bought some 00 gauge UK trains. And then I went immediately to Trick's C-Track, which is Märklin C-Track, but made for 2-rail. Hinder is a great word. It's the first time I heard Hinder was an old German relative of mine. He was like a cousin of my late grandmother's, because 3 of my 4 grandparents were born in Germany and spent at least some time in Germany through their childhood before emigrating to the United States at the turn of the 19th and 20th century. And Hinder. And then I never heard anybody else use it. Then I used to watch the American TV show MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, back in the 80s and 90s. And that was based in Minnesota. And they would use the word Hinder all the time. You know, using the Minnesotan accent, which is no different than the Canadian accent or the the Maine, northeast coastal accent. So Roger is, somebody said bye Roger. So Roger is heading off. If I missed him saying goodbye, goodbye. All right, take care. Because that's the one problem when I'm on here. I'm actually watching my trains. I watch my trains. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Let me tell you about something. And see, that's the worst thing. Americans that only think of the Canadian accent as the word about instead of about, or like you throw the word a on everything. No, you don't just throw a in. And yeah, and people in Minnesota, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, it's really the same accent. Small regional variations, but it's the same thing as the stereotype Canadian accent. Because you could go into Windsor and Toronto and you don't find people with that accent, but they have very Europeanized, yeah, try saying that word once, Europeanized pronunciation. Like the O's are very strong O's. You know, it's not hot, it's hot. You know, as opposed to how Americans kind of, the great vowel shift, they kind of go back. So the A's are very strong. The O's are very strong. So what are you talking about? And did I see A. Colin is leaving? All right, you got to go and do some work on the layout. Indeed. Oh, the crappies, they're biting great, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The crappies. Oh, you know those boys, they like to go. they're going to head down and get their, you know, it's been a long time since I've worked on that accent, that borderline accent. Yeah, and just one more thing where I feel so spoiled that I don't have to worry about that. It is always the same temperature down here, and you guys in the UK and even in Europe, you got to build in sheds or attics. And I mean, I'm in a basement, but it's a finished heated basement. Now, I don't know that it's showing up on this camera, but there is a heater back here behind me because even though the heat vent, we have one heat vent for this giant room. We have one heat vent, which is right up there, so it's not enough to heat this whole basement. So I do have a little stationary heater over here. Actually, the train pictures are hiding it. Oh, and Dino, you sent me the pictures. I can't even remember if I responded. Thank you for the that you guys just got to let me know what I owe you for that. I really appreciate you getting me that. I can't tell you. I've got a lot of things coming in the mail in the next few days. In fact, I have one thing coming in the mail today for my layout. Unfortunately, it might be here now, but I can't guarantee it's here now. I suppose I could look. What am I looking at? Go to Fleabay. Go to inbox. Yeah, the guy offered that to me, but I just can't spend that money now, especially since I just had to put $700 into a alternator and battery job. So according to this, it's still out for delivery. Because our mail comes here about 4:40 to 5:30. You know, let's just say between 4:30 and 5:30 in the evening. Well, hello, Mom and Son. Tammy, sir, Lady Tammy, if she wants that term, or Sir Tammy, however she wants it, and Sir Ray, welcome in, fellow Knights of the Rhomboid Table. All right, let's get some cams I haven't been using much of. Ah, a little late on that one. Is somebody coming into it soon? Unfortunately, with that barn there, you don't really see the little rail bus, but there comes the ICE-4. There goes that little Class 24 with all the little beer wagons. And then there goes that Class 18 pulling sort of a little throw-together set of tin plates. I'm happy with it. I talked to a couple of people, said, could I run this with this? Yeah. The only thing they did not approve, because they didn't know I was going to do it, is I threw a little beer wagon brake van on it. So let's go to 11 lane where you might see these a little better. So there goes that Class 18 with those little transitional Era 3 cars. It's actually a Mitwolpa Speisewagen restaurant car. Meal car. The Speisewagen. Komm, gehen wir mal in den Speisewagen. Or even Zoom Speisewagen. You can say both. Wow, we had over 50 people here at one time. Now we're down to 42. Der Grillenfiller. Mochten Sie ein Grillfest? You're getting your HO scale train rivet counter GP30 tomorrow. Well, that's cool. Randall, if you are around, don't you have one, or weren't you trying to order a GP30 rivet counter, or am I totally off my rocker there? You've been fitting rivets for days. I haven't done rivets in a long time. That Class 18 is flying. Maybe I'll slow him down just a little bit so people can actually have a peek at what he's doing. I do love this Class 18, this new one. I didn't put smoke fluid in. Maybe I will. Next time around, I'll catch him. Yep, a Sonderzug. Exactly. There are times when I'm running certain trains, I really want the cars to be appropriate to the locomotive to some degree. Stop, 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 stop. Whoa! All the passengers in first class are now in the Speisewagen. The passengers that were in the Speisewagen are now in the first, second class car, and the people that were in the first, second class car are now in the second class car, and those people are now in the coal tender. The driver, he got it worse. He's in the boiler after that stop. But, you know, it is what it is. You buy your tickets, you take your chances. Whoa, mule, whoa, whoa, mule, whoa! When I say whoa, I mean whoa! Little sugar for daddy. As I take my eye off for a second. Let's see if this little guy will get huffing and puffing. I blinked for a second. I overfilled. I was trying to go so slow. And then I blink and whoa, overfilled. All right, so let's turn your huff and puff on. HR, huff and puff. What's Mick doing? Mick. Oh, you got a new Class 88. Man, I'll tell you what, those 88s and 68s are my favorite UK modern locos. I mean, I like the 37s, but sorry to all you 37 lovers, if they're in the wrong livery, they look... There he goes, bam! Instantaneous classic. Let's go to the long view so you can see it more. Unfortunately, it doesn't have sound. Otherwise, I'd give you a little chuff, 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 chuff sound, or chunk, 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 chunk sound. Look at that dude smoke. Go, baby, go! Oh, wrong way. I should be catching him here any second here. 3, 2, 1. Close. Oh, wrong way, Anthony. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Bridge view before it's too late. There we go. Choo, 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 choo. Up, and the chat has died. They're all just mesmerized by the steam. Yeah, it's bad for your health, although I don't know. I decided to get one of those scented ones, and I'm just feeling pretty laid back. It was called Jamaican Jamba, and I don't know. I'm just feeling kind of mellow right now with that Loco. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think that smoke's kind of cool. You ever just stare at your fingers and realize each cell could be a universe, man? I feel like listening to Pink Floyd or the Grateful Dead, man. Watch my trains, listen to Floyd. What do I use for smoke? Chewing tobacco. No, Zoita Destillat Nummer 106. Zoita. Or as some people pronounce it, Zeus. But it's Zoita. TH in German is pronounced pretty much like a regular T. But you bite the tip of your tongue when you do it. I mean, just to get you to do it right. Zoita. Zoita. And then any vowel at the end of a German word is pronounced. There's no silent vowels at the end of words. If there's even if it's an E, you pronounce it. So Rauch is smoke and Destillat. And I think you can figure out what that is. So Zoita, Rauch Destillat. All right, Mara, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Always appreciative of all you wonderful people that actually come and spend time here. Joyce will be down here soon. Joyce will be down here soon. Oh. Oh, you can buy Zoita. They sell it in America. You can usually go to a hobby store and they'll have Zoita smoke fluid, or you just buy somebody else's. I just happen to get this because I buy it when I put in orders from my German company. But yeah, I can get this from Germany, and you can get it here in America. Plus, there are plenty of you can get it in the UK. So. Yeah, I don't know. Will she be bringing the cookies? I have heard you can use mineral oil. I personally would avoid it just because I don't know. But there, Hot Dog Pilot confirms that, yes, you can use mineral oil as well. I know. Now, for example, Zoita has many numbers. Like this is 106. One of my Locos says you have to use 105, not 106. So I have a little bottle of 105 because I don't run that Loco that much. And to be honest, right now I'm trying to remember which one it is. Oh, cookies. Me like cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? And I can go into Matt Clark and do that joke. Silas Umbish. Wow, I absolutely love Daisy's pie and the cookies. Get Zoita in the UK. Don't use anything else. Exactly. Zoita is they're sort of like numero uno. But my friend Rick, who lives just about 20 minutes north of me, he's got a little restaurant smorgasbord of scents and flavors for his steam locos. I actually want to try one. I'd like to get like a Christmas tree smelling one for my Christmas train for under the tree. He's biased. Well, of course he's biased. That's the only joke I didn't do in the Matt Clark, the running joke I did not do in the Matt Clark Christmas special. To be honest, I just forgot to do it. But every time he goes to the saloon, and Mrs. Buster comes in to, can I help you? And his first reaction is, you know, he's looking up. Oh my God. Everybody has a right to be ugly, but you're abusing the privilege. I'll be right back with your drinks. Take your time. I need a little bit for my stomach to settle back down. They make that, Clintonville. They make that. Why? Why would you make that? Haha, fart smell or fecal matter smell. Why? I just put in the cattle smell. So as the train's rolling by, you can just picture yourself back in your old farm watching the trains roll by in the distance. There's some points of realism I don't need. Just like I've got a Märklin train set, a Rheingold train set, where one of the sound functions is people eating and the toilet flushing. There's a lot of sound functions. That's not one I need. And obviously it's there for a joke and for fun. Hey, we could add the toilet flushing sound. Hey, let's do that. Well, whatever floats your boat, you know. If you don't like it, you don't have to push the button, right? But it has a whole conversation between a waiter, a man, and a woman, including them eating. How is your salmon? You know, it's all in German. Wie steht's mit dem Lachs, meine Schatze? Oh, alles sehr lecker. If you wanna get down, you gotta take her out, cocaine. That's what we're doing in ours. We're doing cocaine, and for the real hardcore, heroin. You know, if you start somewhere, once you open the gates, you can't close them back up easily. Yeah, funnily enough, we have a smoke detector at the top of the stairs, but we don't have one actually right here, and I probably should. But yes, like when I do my Steamer Palooza and get 4 trains blowing smoke, yeah, that would set off the smoke detector. Three-in-one oil lasts for ages. Has he stopped smoking? Mostly, yeah. So let's turn that off because those don't have the automatic shutoffs. Well, I thought you might enjoy that. Little guy changing. See that little Schienenbus hustling around there? Hopefully, Jean Ricard, get a heat detector, not a smoke. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. And did I see Manshed is here? Welcome in, Manshed. Aaron, Sir Aaron, welcome in. I might try WD-40. I don't know about that. It's beep, beep, beep goes the smoke detector. Not ours. Ours is, get up! Something's on fire! Put it out or get out! Yeah, ours is a rather bossy smoke detector. Bing! Your house is on fire. Bing! Your house is on fire. Bing! Your cat is now on fire. Bing! Your cat is now on fire. Bing! I'm now on fire and will not be making these announcements anymore. Bing! I hate you all. Bing! Why me? Oh me. Why me? I'm sorry. Yeah. Märklin's ESU. Again, I can only speak for the German world, but I've seen Acura scale, and for the UK, Acura scale has at least 1 or 2 smoking diesels, and I know Piko, Roco, Brawa, ESU, and Märklin all have diesels you can smoke. In fact, I have an ESU diesel that I can have smoke. And I think one of my Märklin diesels will smoke. I've done the ESU one, never did the Märklin one. Well, if you're good, yeah, I mean, if you're after true realism, then yeah, the white smoke may not look right because diesel smoke is definitely gray to black. So how about just a little bit of Zoita smoke and some food coloring, everybody? No, kids, don't try that at home. Please don't try that at home. Anyhow, we have a special guest here. Oh, it's Joyce.
Yeah, special guest over.
I thought you were somebody else. Let's see. Let's go. Where's Joyce Cam? There it is. From trains to the train.
That's what you call me now, huh?
That's your new song.
Train.
Never by the train.
I am the train. I need the bike.
Oh my God, you're just never satisfied. Get the camera on me. I need the mic. Why isn't this all preset for me here?
I had to have the camera on me.
Cookie. Cookie.
So, hi, Chesty.
Joyce made cookies.
Hi, Mansfield. Hi, Tom.
Now, you didn't work today. You should have your
Hi,
boys.
Andy. I know, really. Yeah.
You had today
Hi,
off.
Eric. Hi, Chris. Yeah, I fell asleep.
She's been home all day.
Hi,
Harshing
Southern
my day
Cross.
off.
Hi, Colin. Hi, Fitterton. Hey, Mick. Yeah, I brought Anthony a cookie. Howdy, Andy. Hi, Andrew.
Yes, Brian, it is with just enough
Hi,
chew
Lee.
to it to make it perfect.
Hi, Raymond. Dino.
Wow, Daisy, I just love your cookies.
I thought it was the pies.
Oh, I like your pie, too.
It's Lil's pie. Yeah, it's Lil's pies. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Kieran. Hi, Flymo. I'm fine. Good to see you.
Very
too,
chewy
Flymo.
cookie. That was good.
And hello, Greg.
Happy Valentine's
Glad
Day,
that
my
you're
dear.
here. Thank you, sweetheart. Happy Valentine's Day.
You don't wear the outfit I gave you for Valentine's Day. Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, she gave you a cookie. You need to give her everything. Good moaning. Right, Carl? I just can't do that right. Good moaning.
I never
Good
told you the
moaning.
other Joyce story, and now she's
Oh.
here, she'll enjoy it more.
Joyce story?
Well, you know, here's
Hi,
the
Karen.
bad bit. Here's the bad bit that really, for people who want to think I'm an idiot, here it is.
Oh.
All right, I put up the video that about putting in that little reverse loop, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, before I did that reverse loop, I just bought all the turnouts, all the double slips, all the decoders for that whole area over there that I did 2 videos about. My big lip order, bought and paid and mailed today. And Joyce comes down and looks at my the reverse loop connection I made, and she looked at me and says, So that means you don't really need the other double slips and Dakotas and all that over here. And I'm like, no, I still need that. And then upon further consideration, damn it, she's right.
Hi, Randall.
All I need to do is put in that reverse loop and it solved the problem.
It's all over. Oh, well.
Now, Jean Ricard talked to her yesterday and tried to explain very carefully that, well, it's still, you still kind of need it over there for all kinds of very gray area reasons. Joyce just looks at one 5-minute view, and it immediately goes to her head. Oh, yeah, that solves your other direction problem, doesn't it? Damn you, woman.
Sorry. Because he so carefully explained to me what the problem was.
Well, she was hearing me grumble with all the idiots I was dealing with.
I know, but you brought me down here before you did that video. See? I think I need this because...
Oh, Fredo's returning.
Fredo returns to action. Wonderful.
Well, the thing is, I knew I was going to do it.
Wonderful, Randall.
I knew I was going to put that in there. I've been talking about it for a while.
Right.
I knew I was going to do it, but it never occurred to me. Joyce looks at it for 5 seconds and been, hey, doesn't that solve that problem for over there?
The Joyce's layout planning services.
You got a problem on your layout? Let me stare at it for 5 seconds and I'll solve everything.
I don't think that's quite true. But
No, it isn't, but...
Sometimes it helps to have someone else look at it, that's for sure.
The key is it only has to be after it's too late and you've already spent the money.
That's the truth.
So only notice it after you've spent the money. It's the Jado 132 G1 Bumblebee. Okay, you got the 132 scale Bumblebee. That's cool.
And a Sonic.
Oh, Joyce knows this. I bring her down for everything. She doesn't...
It's true.
I won't say she doesn't care about model trains. She's been married to me with this hobby for the last few years. She does care. She shows interest and compassion and frustration, especially when she looks at the credit card bill.
Can't catch up.
But at the same time, she turns around and does most of my parody songs videos, and she does the voices on, so she's a willing partner.
We are in this together.
We are in this together. That's right. We're in this hobby together.
Yep. That cute little Schienenbus there.
Tom, I looked for cheap ones, and the only one I saw that I would even call cheap was broken.
You can't sell it broken.
Well, the track was broken. The double slip worked, but it had a broken piece of the plastic out. Well, you can glue it back in place. I bought used track. I will not buy used track anymore.
DeLorean J.
I did buy one. A guy was selling it for $50 unused. I wondered if it was here.
I don't know. I've been kind of watching. But I didn't look right before I came down.
I'll tell you what. You entertain the troops, no dancing.
Aww.
Fine, dance. But it better not be how you dance for me. You know how to hit the panic button, right?
Yes, I do. I know the kill switch. Everything's going to be fine. There's no problems here. So, yeah. Everybody's cold but the Australians, right? And New Zealanders. I can tell an Anthony story. Oh, it's one of those cases. There's so many. I wouldn't even know what to start with. Then he buys stuff when he doesn't really need it.
Nope, not here yet.
Oh, but you got 2 more cookies.
Damn them. Well, I brought one for you, if you wanted it.
Nah.
Oh, okay, then I bought 2 for me. To hell with you, then. Ha, 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 ha. Mine, all mine, I tell you, all mine.
Go dancing, go dancing. And so go ahead and tell an Anthony story. I said, there's so many Anthony stories, I wouldn't even know where to start.
You'd have to give her a topic.
Yeah. Other than buying stuff you don't have to buy. You need to spend $1,000 USD on a blue goose. You do it again, yep.
Yeah, well, that's our last our last parody song, The Train. In the doghouse, worth the price, worth the couch, worth the price.
Yeah.
Now in the doghouse, worth the price, worth the couch, worth the price.
Yeah. Oh, I bet, Randall.
Here,
That's a different experience.
lick the screen.
Lick the screen. Ouch.
Go ahead, lick the screen.
Ah.
Go ahead. Take a bite. Take a bite. Everybody, there's plenty for everybody. Take a bite. I take it this is dinner
Scratch and
tonight.
sniff. Ah, could be. There's plenty. Probably would take something a little more solid, but yeah, who knows?
Scratch and sniff. That's how she describes my laundry. Yeah, so you guys would have to do that. Come up with a bunch of Anthony stories you'd want to hear, but you'd have to come up with the topic.
Terribly clean. Terribly clean.
The wife is asking why you're licking the screen.
Well, you can rewind. Cool. I'm cooling the details in the goose. Other than calling you skid mark.
Don't have those. I'm a very clean person.
He's a very clean person. Kind of obnoxiously so.
Oh?
Oh yeah, let's go climb up here. No, we can't do that. I'll fall and get dirty.
No, we have
Oh,
never
don't
had that
hurt
conversation.
yourself.
We have never had that conversation. We've had conversations, I don't want to go to the beach because you get all sandy and dirty.
Well, it's true.
And then you track it in the car. And then you track it in the house. And then for 3 weeks you're wondering where all the hell the sand came from. And then you say, let's go to the beach again. I say, we don't need it. We got one in the kitchen now. I'm eating.
Train people are normal OCD on clean because of the trains in the dirt. Oh, that's what it is, huh? Even before he was a, that wasn't worth a slap. I mean, I think he averages one per live stream, I think.
Oh, then I'm way overdue.
Probably.
Yeah, look at all these problems with my layout.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if every turnout's a problem, trains obviously run into each other because of your spacing.
Right.
So you don't follow the algorithm. You turned everybody around today? Go in the other direction?
Oh, yeah. The Czech
Yeah.
Railjet is running this way for the first time ever.
I'm sure it's good for it.
Locomotive first.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Even the Railjet, a couple of times I've done it manually. Like early on when I first bought them, I would do it a couple of times and I was like, no, I can't keep doing this. They tell you not to do it. And once I created the parking area. But yeah, this turnaround needed that done. But yes, the turnaround did kind of... It still makes it tedious because you have to go all the way around and come here and then go up here and then go back there and zigzag back down or up. Where here, it's just straight on and off, and there it's just straight on and off. But yes, it does. You were 100% astutely correct on that. I'm only upset I didn't think of that. Oh no, Clintonville, we have problems.
Everybody does. It's just he's not having problems that his people that were harassing him say he has.
But, you know, the vast majority of times my trains run smooth. Very smoothly. And if there is a problem, it's with the train or the rolling stock, not my track or layout.
Yeah.
See, this is all from a very ugly... I put up a happy video and somebody decided to take a dump on it.
Yeah. You got this all wrong. You have
Don't jinx me, Brian.
Beer car?
It was only a couple of weeks ago that I had 3 different trains acting up.
Yeah.
But, A, it's Märklin quality. B, I got beaten into me because of the price I paid for some of these. Although, actually, I say Märklin quality. The Austrian Railjet is all Roco. The Czech Railjet is a Piko locomotive and Roco cars. And then, is everybody else Märklin?
Yeah, I hear you.
The ICE-4 is Märklin, the 2 steamers are Märklin, the Schienenbus is Märklin.
Chris, that was quite a visual you gave there. Hoovered the layout, found a small screw.
Yeah, but it was the badger, the colony of bats, and the various small rodents he found on himself.
Right.
And I want to know what kind of Hoover you were using that all fits. Well, I have this really large Hoover. Why? Never mind, I don't want to know. Or as we call them in America, a vacuum cleaner.
Ah, we know what you mean.
We know.
We've been hanging around you guys long enough.
I've been watching British TV since I was...
That's true. That's true.
It took me one interview of when I was like 5, 6 years old of one of the ex-Beatles mentioning Hoover, and I had to think for a second, well, Hoover makes vacuum cleaners. Yeah, we were hoovering the rug, and it was like, oh, okay, so they call vacuum cleaners Hoover.
Yep. Speaking the same language.
No, Cato makes excellent track. I would not say Cato track is better than Märklin, but I would say they're both on the same level. But I will say that pre-mounted track tends to be less problematic than when you are using flexi track. But everything has its advantages and disadvantages. There are good things about it, bad things about it. And then the work you put into it and what is important to you determines how it's all going to work. One of the reasons I went to Märklin C-Track is, as a friend being helpful said 8 years ago, C-Track is perfect track and it's digital track for dummies. If you don't know anything about track laying and track building, do the Märklin C-Track. And I would never change. It was a happy accident. I did not intend to get into Märklin. I did not intend to get into C-Track when I started in this hobby in 2015. And I wasn't even originally intending to be in the hobby. I just wanted one train to run in my classroom. So when we talk about the rail service, and it was also a happy little reminder. And then, boom, this happened.
Yeah. Yeah, some of his music videos show the growth.
Yeah, there are a few of my parody song videos that will show the different stages of my train tables or layouts. It started as a 4x8 board down here and a single loop of track and a mobile station, the gray one, which is under here.
Right. And you did fine. You just wanted more. And more.
It's an addiction.
And more.
And you want more. And you want more. And you want more. 'Cause it's an addiction. See, you were supposed to start singing that so I didn't have to sound and sing. You're the one with the better voice.
I
Much
missed
better
it
voice.
too.
Speaking of which, on your latest song on my channel,
Yeah.
because her song is on, if you guys don't know, Joyce does have her own channel where she posts
I do.
variations of, she posts our vacation videos when we travel to Germany or what have you, Australia, the UK, and then she posts,
Get our home videos.
and then she does, she will put the songs just the songs she sings from my channel are also on her channel, but lately, per her request, we do variations. The video is the same, but the audio track, and then she usually puts outtakes or behind the scenes stuff of us making the video.
Make you dizzy on this one. I'm rocking
Some of
against
you may not even
myself.
know that we do parody songs. We've got
True.
48 on the channel, but again, somebody else said you should make an album.
Yeah.
You should make an album, and it's like, well, we got 48.
No.
We got 48 songs.
I
Take
think
away.
if you like any of our songs, you could just download them yourselves and
Yeah.
put your own album together.
Yeah, there's that. Because of course,
Scary as that
people
sounds.
keep asking what are your favorites, and as we discussed last week, you can't ask Joyce what her favorite is.
Yeah.
You can't ask her what's her favorite.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks.
there has to
Vincent.
be a choice of one.
Thanks, Tom.
So if you ask her what's her favorite pizza, she can't tell you. You ask her favorite burger. I don't know, there's so many good ones. Ask her favorite country she's visited. Oh, they're all beautiful. Ask her favorite husband, and then she has a decision.
Yep.
Because she's only got one. Which also means I'm her least favorite husband.
My favorite son and a favorite grandson. Do not have a favorite daughter.
Hornby gets a lot of you up. Oh, yeah, you know. It's funny that how very set. But it's even in Europe. There are Märklin is the best and I'll only run Märklin. And then there's the Märklin is not what they used to be and I will never buy Märklin again. Märklin is the best. I will never run Märklin again. But, you know, yeah, Mav says, who's your favorite man or male? See, now that you've opened it up. Me or your dad, who's your favorite?
Oh, you're my favorite.
Okay, I still rank in that one.
Yeah. Märklin is like Bachman. Some people hate it and some people like it. Huh.
But yeah, even in the UK, there are people, Hornby is it and nobody else. And people that Hornby sucks and it's all Bachman. And now Acura Scale is coming on. And even, you know, Daypole, there are people that are very split. In my world, if you mentioned Daypole, you would have people that Daypole's crap. But I've got a Daypole Class 66 that I love. I think it's a fantastic piece of machinery. And for the price I paid, I've sent you the cash. I'll send you the cash electronically, but why does it have to go to an OnlyFans account? We're all splitters, really. See, the minute you say that, I go to Monty Python and Life of Brian. Splitter! Whatever happened to the people in front of Judea? He's sitting over there. Splitter! They're good for fault finding. They made, yes, I saw the Thor themed Oh, wow. Say that 3 times fast. Thorthine, Thorthine, Thorthine.
Thorthine.
If you say that too many times, you'll start talking that way forever.
They're good for fault finding. I suppose they're good for teaching you how to fix your locals, too. I'm sitting with her who must be obeyed. Your cat?
The German Gottekunde crashed through the roof and landed on his side, and somebody said,
That's fine, it's not yours.
hey, aren't you Thor? And he got up, dusted himself off, and said, nah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Jada Toys is the equivalent of crazy. Well, it sounds like they make a lot of stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
With she or with her who must be obeyed.
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't swing like that.
Joyce cannot be the wife with the rolling pin.
Baseball bat.
She has to, yeah, baseball bat.
You dirty ape.
You damn it. Get your stinking hands off of him, you damn dirty ape. But, I don't know, can we do this on a camera? See, Joyce has to use other things. Stand up for a second, honey.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this works.
Good eye.
Yeah, see, there's a little problem here.
A little height difference?
Little height difference. Yeah. So. She has to find other ways. She can growl at me, but I can glare back.
Just
And
a rolling pin. Oh dear.
what's that?
He said, a rolling pin, I'd kill for her just to use a rolling pin. Yikes.
Yeah, all these guys that are stuck with that's the old stereotype. The wife with the rolling pin.
Yeah. Even colder in your lavvy. No doubt. You don't have a space heater for that.
That's what your butt's for.
Well, indeed, but...
Your butt is the space heater. Because you're going to sit on that cold space and your butt's going to heat it up.
Dad was 6 foot, Mom was 4'11". He always had somewhere to put his pint. Oh, that's not funny.
Indeed. Oh, I've done that joke with her many times, like she's the perfect height for an armrest. There are so many scales, Dominic. There are so many scales. And, you know, it makes trains. I mean, the only thing worse than die-cast cars in terms of number of scales is models. You know, model planes, model ships. Because obviously, if you wanted to do a giant aircraft carrier or the battleship Yamato, you have to go to a 1 to 500 scale or something like that. Yeah, I've got this 1 to 20 scale of the battleship Yamato. The rest of my block in my neighborhood's not happy with me. Yeah, I'm sure you put up with a lot of crap.
Yeah, we weren't going to mention you.
I'm sure you've put up with a lot of crap. But of course, there are small benefits. I don't know if you could call them benefits by not being tall. Because I can't tell you how many times I go into a store to have somebody walk up and say, "Excuse me, sir, could you get me that up there?" All the time.
Right.
I can't walk into a store without being asked to get something down from a shelf.
All right.
And I go through a litany of man, you know, your brain goes, I don't work here.
Right.
But yeah, they always do that. But you should see the look on their face when I asked them to get me something from the bottom shelf.
Yeah, he's good dodges.
I try to trade it.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sure there's something for everyone.
Alan sent you a link of something.
Oh, check out what's on my phone. Da 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 da. He sent an attachment. Ah. Oh yeah, the Labby racing. Yeah. Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Miniature Wonderland. Yeah, we were. Yeah, because that's if it's Miniature Wonderland.
You've seen it.
That sounds so.
Well, we watched Garrett's Tagabook when he puts those
Yeah.
things on.
So yeah,
Which we would encourage you watching.
the racing
It's,
porta potty, as we call them.
Translated to English, so.
Excuse me, Sapalsa. Yeah, I get that all the time. But yeah, I'll turn around and point to a bottom shelf at times just to be silly. Yeah. Like, sir, could you hand me that from the top shelf? Yes. Could you hand me that from the bottom shelf? And they get it they become very credulous about it.
It's like, what? You can't bend over?
But I thought we would trade. I'll meet you halfway. How dare you ask me to get you something? But, you know, there's so many car models. And the thing is, I do have to, this is my one hobby now. I do have other hobbies that I don't financially support anymore, but I still work. I still got my war games and my three-dimensional tabletop war gaming and my board war games. I still have my collection of Dodge Hot Wheels. I don't know if you can see them up there. But basically I have a model of every year of Charger and of my favorite Charger, the 73, I have like 20 different color variations of it. Here, I can do it this way. Hang on a second, kids. Ding, 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 ding. Video Ninja. I want to use the back camera. Prefer 1080. Connect. Now, are you going to work or are you going to be all fuzzy? Oh yeah, you're going to be all fuzzy just to be a... Man, I hate it when it does this.
Does it connect your phone? It does connect your phone. How about that? Watch the shaky hands.
Yeah, I've got it in the right hand right now.
Okay.
So unfortunately that's not very clear, but... And the car in that picture was my car. That car right there was mine. They made a model of my car. The car in that picture is the car that was in my driveway for many years. But I keep it simple. I don't buy any car that isn't a Dodge, even for my grandson. It has to be a Dodge or I don't drive it. Or I don't buy it, I should say. Joyce left. Hey, come back, Joyce. Show's not over with. But yeah, I narrow it that way, and I keep it 1/64 scale. But I've got all kinds of, when Dodge was in NASCAR in the 90s, 2000s, or whenever it was, when they came back into NASCAR, 2005, whatever it was, I got a bunch of those. What you looking for? Huh? Oh, I wasn't stumped.
It's good. I thought I'd check the boxes first. Hi, Brian.
Oh, Clinton, I will argue with you till I'm dead and gone, but And Brian says he's got to go. He's going to bed. Good night, Brian. Going to bed. It's only 5:32 here. No, it's 10:32 where they're at.
Yep.
Came back in 2001 and left after 2012. I knew you knew that. I can never
Yeah.
remember when they came back in.
Yeah, we were there for a little while. Did well, of course.
Well, we left right after we finally won it.
Yeah, we won. And
We
lost.
won, so we quit.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
We proved we're best again. We're out. We dominated it in the 60s and 70s. Then we left because Chrysler was having trouble. Have a good one, Brian. Or maybe two. I'm talking about the cookies. Dominic, you can do what you want. I don't judge people.
That's the truth.
I don't. You can collect Fords. You're not going to upset me or anything. No.
Not at all.
No. It's all good-natured ribbing, but yeah, I won't buy anything other than Dodge. I
Yeah.
personally won't buy for me.
Y'all can fly your own flags. Yep.
Now, if you give me a Ford, I'll stomp on it, break it, then burn it, but that's a different story.
You know, he really wouldn't, but that's just like the point.
Well, not in front of them. It'd be like your sister. Anthony, what happened to that sweater I bought you last year?
Yeah. It's been a long time since anybody's given you a sweater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't wear the sweater I got you this year either. Huh. Go figure.
Cooking your Valentine's meal.
You're cooking your Valentine's
Homemade
meal.
shepherd's pie and cherry cheesecake.
Oh, that's disgusting. They're having a Valentine's meal.
How nice.
No.
What?
They caught a little Cupid and then boiled them to eat them? That's gross.
Oh, Bobby.
They're eating a Valentine. That's terrible.
You're listening. Yeah, that's fine.
They got the Speed Racer. There's an old one, the Mach 5. I can't remember. I can't even remember this. Go Speed Racer! Go Speed Racer!
Thanks, Pat.
Go Speed Racer! Go! It came back to me somewhere out of my childhood memory.
Yeah, the cherry cheesecake sounded good.
Talking of eating, what's for dinner? Well, you're asking the wrong people, Andy. If you're
Brain's
hungry, you
cracking up.
need to talk to somebody else.
Yeah, really. There are 2 St. Valentines, so it's perfectly fine to eat one. Thomas thinking pizza.
Huh, I don't know. I don't even want to order and have somebody walking up and slipping and falling. But we'll have to do something. We're going to go to the movie tomorrow. We agreed on that, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. Well, you can see we're just a couple of romantics.
We sure are.
What? You're not going out to dinner? Hell no, it's crowded with all these people.
Yeah, everybody else is out. Yeah. We'll wait till it's not quite so busy.
We always went out when we were younger, but I'd even buy a card or flowers this year. I really am a bad man. I'd even buy card or flowers this year.
Yeah, when we were younger, we would
Did
stop
they got
and get Domino's and bring it home.
Oh, that's true. We would stop off at Domino's and bring it home and have our romantic dinner at
Nice
home.
meal,
Rather
yeah.
than go out to Domino's, we'd order and then I'd pick it up on the way home from work or something.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Lasagna. To get
and we would set up the
takeout meal, and it was delicious.
throw the kids in bed, threaten them with a gun to not get out of bed, and then yeah, set up either up in the bedroom or whatever, and have a little candlelight dinner at home. Well, we've been together too long, but seriously, Valentine's Day.
We've not been together too long.
We don't make a big deal out of Valentine's Day. We try to acknowledge it.
No. It's one of those things. We just enjoy each other.
It always feels forced.
Yes, we enjoy each other each day. So
I bought these flowers because the stupid holiday says I had to buy them for you.
Who needs a...
We celebrate our dating anniversary.
Yeah, and our wedding
We celebrate that as much as we celebrate our wedding anniversary. We celebrate the day we met.
All right, bye, Southern Cross.
Bye, Derek. Bye, Sir Derek. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay. Australia?
And then, yeah, we'll just randomly go out or randomly buy a car or flowers and say, here it is. Because that's more meaningful than when you buy it.
I buy myself flowers.
Now, if you want to know the truth, that is all the truth, but there's a caveat to that. I forgot Joyce was off this Friday. I would have run out to the store this morning and bought it, but we had to take a car to get serviced. There's $700 gone. And I forgot Joyce had today off. I thought it was next weekend she had off. So my thought was I'd go out and buy her a card and flowers.
Are you thinking me a card and flowers next week?
I can, yeah, I'll make it up. It's a new Valentine's Day, the 21st
There
or
you
whatever.
go. When are we picking up that car?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I mean, literally, what time is your appointment tomorrow?
Right now it's like 2:40.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because you could drop me off and go to your appointment, I'll just get the car.
I assume they're only open till like noon or something tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, so we'll have to get up early.
Do it in the morning, yeah.
Ugh.
Don't do that early. They're open till noon. Go at 10.
Yeah, but it's you and a Saturday,
I
so...
should go get the car and go shopping from there.
You could.
Yep.
You could. Oh, are you people still here? I'm sorry, we just been talking.
It's been chatting.
Don't mind us, we're just... Mom and Pop are just sitting here yakking away and ignoring the guests because... Tiramisu. He had me a cherry chocolate cake. Oh, I want a Zachr torta.
I don't think we're going to be anywhere where we're going to be
Nope,
near a soccer torta this time.
Our last trip to Germany, everything was in the south.
Yeah, right.
So this year, everything's north.
Yep. Got
Except
Sue
for
a bottle
Koblenz.
of
Koblenz is
Lapo,
west.
And she hates whiskey. That's self-serving.
What a shame.
What a shame.
I should try that out. Honey, I bought you this new model train.
Yeah, right.
Happy Valentine's, dear. It's red. Deutsche Bahn red.
Take that train yourself and run it. Oh, golly.
Where I stick that train, you're not going to be able to run it, and won't be red anymore, or it might be red, depending on how you pull it out.
And Fila and tedious days over for another year.
Did the storm hit northern Texas? I don't know. Storm hit Alabama and did $5 billion of improvements.
Flavored beer? Oh, that's horrible. I hate flavored beer. Beer should
Oh
be
my
beer
God.
flavored and nothing else.
Beer, yeah, beer. I'm sorry. I'm very, very
Ay,
ultra
ay, ay.
conservative in one respect. Beer should taste like beer and nothing else. All these flavored beers. Oh God, no.
No.
What flavor is that beer? Oh, it's cherry. No. Oh, would you like to try this flavor? No. What flavor would you like in your beer? Beer. I'd like beer flavor in my beer.
Flavored beer, yeah.
Just like I don't want my
like hops or
I don't want my
something.
steak to taste like spinach. Sugar and spice themed die-cast linebacker. See, unfortunately, I'm not sure what sugar and spice is.
That's an injunction out of himself.
Say what?
It's stalkerish.
Great, I'll put out my new layout in the bathroom. Which one were you laughing at?
Valley.
Oh,
Sounds like a real problem.
Your Honor, I'd like to get a restraining order. A PPO, because they're not restraining orders anymore, they're PPOs.
Yeah, I think you can't get having ears in your house if that's the case.
Oh, okay. It's about spies. Oh, it makes it. Sugar and spies.
Sugar and spies?
Sugar and spies.
Secret
It's
agent.
about spies. Secret agent.
Page keeper. Okay.
Someday I might do a, like, Matt Clark's great-great-grandson is now, like, either a spy or, you know, a Interpol detective.
Yeah, probably Interpol.
Like, bring them all into the future.
Interpol would be better just because, you know, he's so legitimate. That he, I mean, not that spies aren't, but, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I really do I've got the notebook. I've got enough. I need to get writing. I've made decisions. It's time to start writing.
Do you need new characters?
Yeah, it's just...
You send out the call for new characters?
Well, in that regard, I really got to sit down with the plot and really start writing who the characters are going to be. Because right now I just have the main characters and then some famous characters.
Right.
But, like, we're going to cover a few things, but I haven't decided, like, will Queen Victoria appear or not? You know, somebody could be Queen Victoria if they wanted. Hello, peasants! Mr. Disraeli, we are not amused! A Corvette C7. Well, yeah, I do like Corvettes. I like bikers better, but...
Ma'am, you got a link?
What's that
For
word?
the model train theme, not safe for work material, and it's frightening. May have asked for a link.
Model train theme. Well, Matt Clark's not suitable for work.
Yes, that's right. It's not. All right, you guys enjoy that dinner, Tammy.
Yep, enjoy that dinner.
Have fun with your boys.
Screw a vet, I want a Morgan. I don't think you need to screw a vet to get a Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about getting a drink. No, you're talking to cars. I'm sorry, you're talking cars. Hey, if you screw a vet, you get a Morgan. Now there's some soldier very depressed, like, damn, there goes my business.
You took that into a full story. As long as the vet gives consent.
As long as the vet gives
Ooh,
consent.
we're being PC.
No, we're not.
Yeah, this is definitely a not safe for work channel. I'm just going to say that.
But we have children watching, not if they obey the rules.
That's right.
Sorry, Willie.
Yeah, Willie. And hello, Willie, by the way.
Yeah,
You're still
I
here.
just picture she's Kara.
Yeah.
She's Kara. I just picture Kara sitting with her hands about this far away from Willie's ears. Whoop! Nope.
Not this one, Willie.
Nope.
Not this one, Willie.
Nope.
No, Willie, not this one. Close your eyes now. So.
But Alexis, anytime I start to talk, just whoop. Okay, it's safe. Some people have no idea the struggle it is for me to not cuss. And I do occasionally cuss.
Yeah, you do.
But
sometimes.
not
you
on here.
roll occasionally on this channel.
I do. I've dropped
do.
F-bombs on my
Willie's
channel.
walked off. Well, yeah, there is that thing of short attention span.
Yeah, if you don't draw attention, those things fly out. Yeah. You hope so. Because as I always said, even in my comedy days...
Hi, Andy.
As I always said in my comedy days, if your kids are laughing at this, that's not on me. I made the joke. If they understood it, they knew something before I said it. Sadly, even as a high school teacher, I would make jokes about certain things that I considered were okay to make jokes about, and there'd be a kid that, what's he talking about? Like, uh-oh. Somebody's going to go home and ask their parents about that one.
Yeah. They don't talk to their parents.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, I teach 10-year-olds, so their attention span's only slightly longer. Slightly.
Oh, there you go. All right, Mav is taking off.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is why I love Shakespeare. Shakespeare could say lines that the groundlings were laughing at and the people in the expensive seats were laughing at.
Mm-hmm. True that.
And they both worked brilliantly. That's why I love Shakespeare. And why the people that say, oh, Shakespeare was actually not a real person, he was just some nobleman that gave his work and Shakespeare released it under his name. Mm-hmm. No, you have to know what little we know about Shakespeare's life to appreciate this is why he was so great. Because he came from one set of life and then he lived with another set of life, and the two worlds he lived in would have exposed him to the amazing similarities and differences between the main classes, the peasants and the nobles.
Hey y'all, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. Sorry, Daisy had to come in.
Well, even the Capulet, God, I'm trying to remember the name, Philip and at the beginning of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay.
The Capulets.
Oh, sorry, of course.
Juliet Capulet. For we shall not be colliers. You know, I shall put her to the street. You know, I shall put her to the wall, and blah blah blah. Because they had two totally different meanings and both worked within the context.
Right. I saw a post this morning. It says 1974. My 9-year-old self is watching Hollywood Squares, and I don't understand why my parents are laughing so hard.
Yeah. Well, even Bullwinkle and Rocky, you laughed at that as a kid, and then as an adult you go, why was I laughing at that?
Yeah, the parents thought it was funny.
I didn't understand that.
Really? Perhaps you should sheathe
And I still love that, you know. I've been teasing Alan at Dragon Junction, Sir Alan at Dragon Junction, because he talked about putting his best bits up on a video. And I was like, I don't think YouTube will let you put your best bits out there like that.
Right.
But I can't help it. I do like a good dirty joke. I like a very cerebral joke, and I like a good dirty joke. I like comedy at all levels. If you know, again, that's what I try to do, at least with Matt Clark. There's a lot of guttural jokes, and there's even jokes that people interpret as dirty jokes, but they actually have a totally different, well, they work on multiple levels. Clickbait. A mock tutor station with mock tutor station master. Spike Milligan. Gotta love Spike Milligan. Basically, the UK next generation of Groucho Marx, because really it was just throw a bunch of word salad out there and slip in a couple of things that make people go, wait, what?
Right.
Just quick-witted wordplay. In the Street of 1,000. Yep. So, not for next week's show. 2 weeks from now, I'll have that all in.
Yeah.
Because I'll be getting all the new decoders on Wednesday, which means I won't have time to try to do it before the Friday live stream. So I'll have to wait till after next Friday's live stream. So Friday night, Saturday, I will be ripping a lot of that out and then adjusting.
Yep.
Rommel, gonna who? I love the Goons, period. And then, you know, the master of comedies, to me, some of the great British comedians, or I shouldn't say British.
Hi, James.
I could say British, but you know, like Dave Allen, I think he wasn't Dave Allen Irish? Peter Cook. absolutely genius. And I always laugh that some people criticize Peter Cook, like, oh, he could have been so much greater if he had done, tried. It's like, he was so far ahead of the game, and he was happy in his niche. He was happy in that niche, and went there. But Dave Allen was brilliant. Love Dave Allen.
He's Irish.
Andy Brain is okay. Train's okay.
He asked about his back.
Yeah.
That was the answer to that. He's had to stop at the store, so.
Indeed, indeed.
She's not home.
So it's almost that time. So are we going to think about something more pronounced for dinner, or do you want something more pronounced for dinner, or?
I don't know.
I was so disappointed in the pizza we got last week that I kind of still want a Märklin pizza.
Yeah,
but
it was such a pretty pizza too.
it looked good. It didn't
looked
taste good.
terrific, but did not
It's
have
like
a lot of taste.
it didn't have sauce. It didn't have tomato
Is
sauce
that what
on
was
it.
wrong with it? It didn't have sauce?
It felt like it didn't have any.
Maybe that's what was
And
wrong
the cheese
with it.
didn't taste very great.
It wasn't a strong cheese. It was a beautiful cheese. It was a beautiful pizza. I could order Marco's. It'll probably be forever, but we've got cookies.
They're fast.
Yeah,
They are fast. I'll tell you 40 minutes and then it's 20.
not always.
They'll tell you an hour and then it's 15. Like, oh, we got plenty of time. I'll go to the bathroom. Knock, knock. Wait, I just hung up the phone. Obviously you could go to any country and name great comedians.
Oh, for sure. We've got a few here.
Oh, we've had our share, absolutely. Except the French. Do the French have any good stand-up comedians?
Oh, it's
Not that I'm
close.
aware of.
Now we kind of like the science guy. What was his name?
Which science guy?
Or engineer or whatever he was.
Don McMillan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's American.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's one of our latest crazes. He's Dan McMillan. He's a former engineer that does stand-up comedy. He's been doing stand-up comedy for years, but all of a sudden, I mean, he's as old as I am. And it's just all of a sudden now he's getting big.
And he's funny.
But he's been around for years.
It's nerdy humor.
So if I tried to go back to my stand-up comedy now, at 84, I might. I'll have that 1 year. No, I better go to 83 because I'm probably popping off at 84.
Side of life.
I hope Jean Ricard is enjoying the little Schienenbus going around. That was, he
Yeah.
requested that.
Oh, he requested the Schienenbus. Okay.
He's
It's
enamored of it.
doing great.
See, he's probably just getting home about now
Okay.
because he was doing the late shift on his buses.
Shining soldiers in the sky, there was shining something bright. Don't really know. Parodies are us. Oh, what kind of parodies are us? Kinda.
Why are you apologizing for silly parodies?
Yeah.
We've
might-
got
we might
48
know
train song parodies.
anything
You don't
about-
get any sillier than that.
We don't know anything about parodies.
Because actually, yeah, we don't know anything about parodies. And that's not even counting all the Matt Clark parodies Rusty Twanger sings, including one of my best parodies written was his version of the Ballad of John and Yoko.
That was good.
Standing at the station in Big Gulch, wondering how his life brought him here.
Yeah.
They gave him a badge, doubted he'd ever last. Now he's the one and only sane person here. Heck, he knows it ain't easy. He knows how hard it can be. I think we all know he'll probably die in Series 3. She called herself Lil. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Lil, but the stupid crowd kept calling her Nancy.
It's Lil, damn it.
Yeah, you're right. We should have thrown that in there.
Yeah, it was. You missed that. I noticed that right away.
She hasn't let me forget about it.
That's a terrible film.
But there are some great...
Oh, the Green Berets could be.
You know, some of my favorite, it's not even parodies, like when Lil sings 9 Inch Nails Closer. I think I just went into puberty, and I don't even know what that is yet.
Yeah. I was a car painter. Oh, wait, I was.
But yeah, Rusty Twinger, all his parody songs. Cow Cane. That was from season 1. That was his first appearance.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so, God, yeah, we've got many parodies between the Matt Clark series and
Yep.
and then just the couple of random ones. But you know, that was a comment somebody mentioned, was like, all your parodies center around the same thing. I said, well, yeah, it's model trains, and when you're doing parodies,
Yeah,
you highlight the mean, the stereotypes, the most obvious issues, and what are the things most related with the model train world? Complain about quality, complain about expense, buying things you shouldn't be buying, the wife upset at what you bought, you know, the stereotypes, sometimes the sort of, you know, very biased stereotype one way or the other. There's even songs she went to, she's like, well, why should be singing that? I said, it could be anybody to anybody's partner. We even accounted for that. Like, you know, I rewrote some of the lyrics so that it wasn't specifically wife to husband. You know, it's they.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wife. Yeah, so it's very limited. The digital versus analog. So yeah, we have a lot of songs that deal with that. And we even, somebody says, well, how about, don't you ever do anything positive? We've got several positive songs about Model Train. You know, even the one we just did is positive. The train, you know, it's worth the couch, worth the price. You know, yeah, I'm in trouble right now, but it was worth it because I got this train I wanted. And then we had On My Layout, which is the guy singing about the peaceful zen running his trains is. Okay, it's the woman singing the peaceful zen. So it is that time.
Yep, it is.
Juppidi, scheidig ist der Infantry. Juppidi, scheidig ist der Infantry.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Which Dave? Oh, Dave just came in.
Yeah. Come on, Dave, this starts
Hi,
at
Anthony
3.
and Joyce. Sorry, Joyce and Anthony. We're interchangeable. Some days she's Anthony and I'm Joyce. So it's all good.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how that works.
Well, to explain the odd clothing choices at times. All right, UK Trades, you're off too. Well, it's about that time as we're wrapping up and got to do our dinner stuff. Where are we at? There we are. Oh, we didn't even see our grandson today.
Yeah.
Hi, Kyan. Bye, Kyan. Hi, Kyan. Bye, Kyan.
Yeah.
So anyhow, there you go.
A good thing I'm on wheels.
Another Friday live stream has come and gone,
Yep.
but we'll be back here, same bat time, same bat channel, or batty, same batty time, same batty channel.
Back to work next Friday. So
Yeah, you'll be working next Friday, so
I'll have that
don't know
tire.
if you'll have to be here on time. But yeah, want to thank you for everything. It's your support is always greatly appreciated.
Zippers.
It's very awesome that so many of you come out each Friday just to see the same old stuff recycled and repackaged, but we're appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, I guess we will have to say
Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
And happy trains.
Bye.
Bye.
No, and you're supposed to go take care of everybody.
Take care, everybody.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Bye now.
I still say Auf Wiedersehen correctly.